Good morning. It is Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix, welcoming you to Thursday, August 29th, 2024. Better say it before my wife does. Happy anniversary, babe.
Oh, look at you trying to beat her before the sun even comes up.
I just did. I mean, I know she didn't hear it, but I said it first.
I was going to say, I think you have to say it to their face for it to count, but I do appreciate what you're trying to do here. Hopefully you got her a decent gift, because I don't think that's going to suffice.
I did get a card a couple of days ago. I haven't filled it out, but I do have a card.
How do you stay married?
You know, I should write a book on this. I don't know. It just, Laura, I show up and it happens.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. But Lindsay's a saint. Happy anniversary, Lindsay. Thank you for putting up for Joe with Joe for the last 9 years, because God knows someone had to do it. So,
a question. I know you live over in the Elder Heights area, and I'm kind of like more like Midtown Grand Rapids, but were there storms in your area last night?
No.
No, like heavy wind or rain?
No.
Did anybody get that here in West Michigan? Because I'm showing Laura this photo. It's blowing my mind. I wake up and I'm coming to work and I'm like, what the heck happened? There's 4 or 5 orange construction cones. It looks like massive tree branches are all over my neighbor's yard. I heard no loud boom last night. Actually, wait a minute. I did hear something last night. Maybe I did. I thought it was a dog.
Ew.
My point is, Laura, there's giant tree branches all in my neighbor's yard. They didn't have a tree there, and I'm trying to figure out how they got there. And it's not like somebody just dumped them. You sure there wasn't a storm?
They don't have a tree there. You have to have a tree somewhere. Tree branches don't just appear out of the sky and fall and hit the ground.
No, there are trees like on my side of the street, but where he's at, there used to be a tree. They grinded it down to nothing, and they planted a small little thing that's probably 6 feet tall. That's a small tree. It's not. This thing has branches that are over 6 feet long. So yeah. I'm just early morning detective trying to figure out what the heck happened.
Well, I don't think either of us is going to solve it, but I don't know.
Did anybody get storms last night? I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy here.
Yeah, I don't think storms had anything to do with that, Joe.
All right, well, I'm going to try to figure it out and get this show started. It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
School is back in session in West Michigan, and one teacher just entered their 50th year of being a teacher. Larry DeBoer, who teaches 7th grade social studies at Forest Hills Central Middle School, has embraced a community service approach for his teaching, which is really cool. He actually requires students to put in volunteer hours.
We are an advantaged society here in Forest Hills, and because of that, we have an avenue and a responsibility to be able to share what we have with others.
Oh, wow, that's incredible.
I love this guy right here. Could you imagine, though, Laura, if you were a teacher over 50 years, how much things must change in the classroom, from what kids are wearing to the slang words they're saying?
Or just the technology they have in their hands.
Oh, my gosh, right? Yeah, just congratulations, Mr. DeBoer, and thank you for making an impact here in West Michigan.
The 2024 Paralympic Games kicked off in Paris yesterday with the opening ceremony, and 5 athletes with ties to Grand Rapids were there.
Yeah, all right.
We had para-triathlete Grace Norman, paracyclist Katie Brim, hand cyclist Matt Tingley, wheelchair basketball player John Boy, and goalball player Tyler Marin. All are going to be representing Team USA, and they've all spent time at Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital right here in Grand Rapids.
Wow, it goes to show the amazing work that Mary Free Bed does and how incredible these athletes are.
Absolutely. They've all either been in specialty programs or a part of the sports teams that they offer. So even if you didn't, go there for rehabilitation, you might have just been on a team there. But either way, super cool. The games kick off today, run through September 8th, and we're hoping some of our Grand Rapids friends bring home the gold.
And for your final Need to Know news story, we're heading to Chicago, where an Uber driver is facing charges after throwing a brick at somebody's house because they gave him a 1-star review. Here's the victims talking about what happened.
I was just trying to make it to the mall. I was trying to get there within a certain time frame, and he had decided to take the longer way to the mall.
At the end of the day, somebody should have a right to a review. It's opinion based. Like, if you have a 1-star, you have a 1-star.
Wow.
Could you imagine somebody coming back and trashing your place?
No, I would call the cops and press charges. You shouldn't fear people like this. This is an insane person.
I feel like Uber's like, hey, we're going to give you $5 off your next ride. That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7.
And have you ever purposely avoiding doing your laundry by just buying new clothes?
I don't think so. Maybe back in the day I bought underwear, but that's because they just were beyond washing.
Yeah, socks and underwear both. Been there, done that. But Channing Tatum did this for an entire year.
A year?
Yeah, he said in an interview recently that he hates doing laundry more than he could possibly say. One year he called the year of the fresh white tee, in which he didn't do laundry all year long, and he just wore white T-shirts the whole way through. And
that must have been like his Magic Mike time, right? Just always wearing a white tee?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think he was wearing any shirts then. He probably saved a lot of money on laundry during the Magic Mike movie. Actually, hey, Channing Tatum, could you hate laundry a little more? Anyway, not the point. I wanted to know, there's got to be a chore like this in your life that you just dread doing. Maybe you've put it off a little too long. It's okay if you want to be anonymous. We're not here to judge. We're going to share our own. But Joe, what is the chore you put off the longest, and how long did you put it off?
Well, I don't like often being compared to Channing Tatum, but here's another scenario, right, where we got to bring it up.
You guys are basically twins.
Yep. What am I going to do? If I had the money, if I had Channing Tatum money, I would have done that. But kind of along the same lines of cleaning something, cleaning my bed sheets. When I was single Joe, it would be... God, can my wife leave me for this?
No, it's too late. Statute of limitations.
It would be at least months at the earliest between changing my bed sheets.
Now, months. Do you mean like 3 months or like 12 months?
No.
Because months could be a wide area of time.
No, I would say at least quarterly, maybe twice a year. Here what I would do, kind of like clothing I did. This is single Joe. I'm a different man. I'm changed. I would do the... And because you can't Febreze your bed. You can Febreze your clothes, but you can't do your bed.
No, you can't Febreze your clothes. I mean, you can. You should not Febreze your clothes.
I have, don't judge. But yeah, that would be it. Now that I'm married, I guess sticking along with that, I would say cleaning the toilet. Like, that's my job on our house. And I'm like, oh, looks okay. Then just one day I'm like, oh, God, it's a science experiment.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, at my house, we have that problem anyway. If you don't clean it pretty much like weekly, it gets gross because we don't have... like the proper ventilation in our upstairs bathroom, which is where the shower is. So like that toilet it's a science experiment on its best day. I bleach that thing at least once a week, like heavily, and I'm still fighting it constantly. So I understand that. But, my least favorite chore is also bathroom related, but it's not the toilet. I don't mind the toilet. I wipe as I go. I keep that thing clean. No problems. However, I hate cleaning the shower more than anything on the planet. I hate getting down there and scrubbing and getting chemicals like on your hands and maybe sometimes on your knees if you're really bad at it like I am. And somehow I've like put my knees in bleach and now my knees are burning. And I tried to convince my husband for like 2 months at one point to let me buy this scrubber brush thing I saw on TikTok that basically it's like a weed whacker, but for inside scrubbing.
Wait, does it have like a power? Like, do you hook it up to power? Like,
yeah, it's battery powered. Yeah, and it just, and I was like, oh, I need that for the shower. And he's like, you don't need that for the shower. You want that, but that's just another stupid single-use appliance we do not need in this house. And he's not wrong, but I think I would be much better. Like, I think I've gone up to 6 months, as much as I hate to say that out loud.
That's nothing. My buddy,
not the shower. Showers are so gross.
No, they are. My buddy Adam, and this makes more sense probably for guys stereotypically, even though women, you could be gross too.
Yeah.
My buddy Adam, Kevin, Jeff, Mosh, when they all live on like Swensburg, down by like Riverside Park.
Yeah.
That bathroom was like, I think black mold was growing in there until his now wife Rachel said, this is getting cleaned up. It was so
Rachel, you angel.
Give yourself a break on that one. But I mean, it is something that we all hate doing, right? We push it off as long as we can.
Absolutely. So we want to know what's the longest you've gone without doing a chore. You can send us a DM or give us a call at 616-600-0957.
It is Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And recently, Channing Tatum says that he is purposely avoided doing laundry for over a year at one point in his life by just wearing a white t-shirt constantly. Like, he just kept buying new white t-shirts, getting rid of the old ones and never washing them. So I wanted to know, how long have you put off doing a chore because you hated doing it? You can always give us a call at 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM inside the Mix 95.7 app. Now, I said I hate cleaning the shower to the point that I went like 6 months, much younger in life when I was living by myself, because I just didn't want to get down there and scrub and scrub and scrub.
Now, when I was single Joe, definitely not married Joe, I get yelled at for this still to this day, it would be changing the bed sheets. I didn't mind doing laundry. It was a pain going up and down the stairs in the apartment and
Sure.
having the quarters. But the big thing is I just would smell. I'm like, Yeah, these are ripe. We better change these out.
Yeah, that sweaty, awful smell. Oh, God.
That
Okay.
stank.
So what was the longest you put off doing a chore? 616-600-0957.
What's up, Kim in Wyoming?
I wanted to say on the cleaning the shower, I'm trying to teach my granddaughter that when you get in the shower, take your Mr. Clean bar or whatever you're cleaning it with and clean while you're showering, and then throw everything on the side, and you got your shower clean and you're taking the shower at the same time.
That's genius, Kim. I never thought about the fact that I can do them both at the same time instead of making my life miserable one day a month or whatever.
Kim?
Yeah, take the Mr. Clean bar, put it down on the floor of the shower, take your foot, scrub the shower floor.
Kim just saved my life.
Kim, that's a great idea in theory.
No, it's a great idea, Joe.
In practice, Laura or me doing that in the shower would slip, fall, and hit our head.
I'm going to break an ankle.
Oh, no, you got to be careful. You got to hang on, but you're getting it all done at once.
Kim, I need to borrow your shower bar. Can I get one?
Kim, you're
Have
the
a great
best.
day.
You too. We love you.
Thanks
Bye.
for calling. We love you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Sandra in Grand Rapids, what did you want to say?
Okay, so one thing that I'm bad about is the recycling cans. And it's a chore, and I will leave them in the garage forever and ever until it almost takes over the garage.
Oh, my God.
And
I'm the same way, Sandra.
And then going to return them is like having to look at my life over again. And I'm like, yep, I drank that. Yep, drank that too. And just stand there and look at all the things I've consumed.
Or what about all the Amazon boxes you've had to break down that you're like, oh, God,
yeah,
I bought too much.
Yeah, and it's just like reminds you. But I hate not returning things like Amazon boxes or recycling things. So, yep, it's like my personal shame, though.
Well, at least you're making it better by actually recycling all of it. Like, you can feel like 2% better for it. At least you're not making more trash on the planet. But I'm the same way, and I've got like 60 broken down boxes that I keep forgetting to restack the recycling, and I never remember which week it is. And it's just, I'll get to it eventually in the next 5 years, I swear.
Okay, you'll be good. Probably better than me then. So,
Sandra, thanks for sharing your shame this morning.
You're the best, Sandra.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, no problem.
Have a great morning.
Thanks, have a good day.
Kelly and Ada, what's going on?
I had a tip for Sandra. The returnables, have her call a local school and have an athletic team pick up her returnables, and they get the money for it.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, they'll come to her house. She'll donate all her cans. You know, they come around to your house and ask for them anyway.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, I'm totally doing this.
Hold on. This is a side hustle. Kelly, do you think I could pass for a middle school-aged boy?
We know you can't, Joe.
Kelly, that's a amazing tip, because now I'm going to take advantage of that too, because I have a whole can full of cans and I feel bad that I keep forgetting to put it out. So do you have a team you recommend?
Well, it's where you live.
Okay.
So, you know, like if she's in Northview, call the high school. If she's in Rockford, you know, call their high school and say, we would love to donate to some team or just the athletic department.
We need to start a Big Joe and Laura softball team. Think all the cool gear we could buy with those cans.
So we'd be really bad at softball.
We'd look good, though.
Laura would still have to return the cans, Joe.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see that's the problem. I'm not willing. It's not worth the softball team, Joe. I'm sorry.
Kelly, this is a lot of work.
It's not. It's one phone call.
I don't know if I have a road rage problem or not. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. I was coming home the other day from Meyer, and I was going over the bridge for 96, just where they had all that construction kind of by Michigan and Fuller.
Yeah.
And there was a truck turning in where it kind of blocked a lane as I was heading south on Fuller. And it was my lane that was wide open. The other one was kind of blocked. And this vehicle stopped. I'm like, okay, cool. I guess they're going to have to wait their turn. So I go. They honk at me, Laura, and give me an evil look. And I am the biggest chicken in the world. But I was like, oh, heck no. You did just not honk at me.
Wait, were they in the right of way of stopping, though?
No, there's two lanes.
Yeah.
And they had to stop because this truck's back end was kind of hanging in that lane. It was trying to get into the turn lane between them. So, I mean, it's not their fault, but like, it's also, what are you going to do? You have to wait your turn because that semi truck has to get let in.
Yeah, sure.
So the person, though, that had to wait, they tried to cut over. I'm like, no. You're not cutting. Oh, you could wait your turn. We can take turns here.
Yeah, you're supposed to let them merge over. It's called a zipper merge.
No, it was not a zipper merge.
If you see someone blocking, they put their turn signal on. The nice thing is to let them over. Oh, if there's no turn signal, screw them.
Yeah.
I changed my tone entirely. If you're too stupid to use turn signal, that's on you and God.
Exactly. You know what? And that's exactly how I kind of felt. I'm a very defensive driver. I'm like, I think they're going to cut over, and I was ready for it. But I'm like, dude, you got to indicate your stuff. Like, nobody cares about how they drive anymore. So I just said, okay, well, I'm going to stay in my lane. I got full insurance. You hit me. And they didn't, but they're like, eh. And it wasn't like a beep, beep. It was a eh. So I was like, are you kidding me? Now, the thing is, it was a state vehicle. I don't know what kind of car it was, but it was like for the state of Michigan, like a government like vehicle.
Yeah.
It was red and it was small. So I assumed that I'd be okay. Like, it wasn't some big bald guy with a gun that's going to blast me in the face.
No, but the amount of paperwork you have to fill out and deal with if you ever get hit by a city vehicle, I've not personally had that happen to me, but I've had several friends both here in Grand Rapids and in Louisville, Kentucky, who got hit by city buses. Let me tell you, it is months and months and months, and they will fight you to try to get to not pay you out for it. So, like, I would rather let somebody over than to have to deal with the nightmare of if I have to deal with my insurance in a city vehicle or a state vehicle.
But am I in the wrong? Because I got so mad and I slowed down to turn to go into the Walgreens right there, and they went to the Shell gas station to go left, and they looked at me like they gave me a stink eye. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna let the bird fly on this one. And I was like, tweet.
Oh no, I think I'm gonna be honest, Joe. Maybe no one's gonna agree with me on this one, but I think you're kind of in the wrong because you yourself could sense this person wanted over in your lane. You could have been a nice person, just let them over. It wasn't going to change your day. It wasn't going to make you late to anything. And B, they were wrong for honking too. So, like, both of you are kind of jerks. Both of you lose in this scenario. There are no winners.
I get what you're saying, but no, it was so quick, and they just felt so entitled just to, like, I can just go wherever I want. I'm like, nah, sorry, bro.
I mean, being in a state vehicle is wild. That would be like us in the Mix 95.7 truck flipping people off, which, trust me, there's been times some of you drive on 131 and make me want to.
There's Laura.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, just you don't do it in a company vehicle, though. Do it in your own free time. But yeah, no, that's pretty stupid.
So I just wanted to apologize if that was me being in the wrong, but I truly feel like that was an incident where road rage might have been justified. Okay. Big Joe's Little Wins here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We ask you to give us a call and tell us, what are you happy about? What are you celebrating? What's something good going on in your life? Those are little wins. Our number is 616-600-0957. Michelle in Caledonia, thanks for calling in. Tell us about your little win.
Okay, so it's a little unorthodox, but my sister is finally divorcing her husband. We hate that guy.
Woo! As someone who has an ex-brother-in-law who I hate, I love this energy. Sometimes the little win is getting rid of the baggage in your life.
I never even thought that'd be a little win, but okay.
No, that is a huge little win. Okay, so why did you not like this guy, Michelle?
He was good on paper. You know when you're a friend of yours or a family member dates someone who's good on paper, which, by the way, is a great movie on Netflix. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
But he, as soon as the rings went on the finger, you realized it was a trap.
Oh, no.
And you know, good on my sister. She tried to make it worse, but every year more and more family members were like, oh, this guy. And now she has finally decided that she's put in her, she got her tiger stripes. She did everything that she could. She said, I fought for this marriage. Now she's walking away. She's free.
Oh, good for her. And good for her for knowing that, you know, like, you can put the effort in, you can try, but some people are not fixable, and you have to walk away and save yourself. So and good for your sister.
That is so easy to say, Laura, but you and Michelle are right. Like, to actually leave a situation, that is definitely, I didn't expect that this morning, but that's a little win for sure.
Oh, there is a big party in the house right now.
well, Michelle in Caledonia.
I'm cheersing my tea to you guys this morning, and may he stay away forever.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
If you want to be like Michelle in Caledonia and share that little win, we definitely want to hear from you. 616-600-0957. That's 616-600-0957. It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. And to celebrate today being my wife, Lindsay, and I's 9-year wedding anniversary, Laura wanted to test out how strong our marriage is. Is that right?
You know, I mean, I figure a little stress can't hurt on your anniversary. Maybe you guys will be more likely to be nice to each other. I have the Not So Newlywed Game. I have 5 questions here. I'm going to kick you out of the studio, Big Joe, and I'm going to ask them to Lindsay first. Then we'll bring you back, and we'll see exactly how close your all's answers line up.
Okay. Do you want me to leave now?
Yeah, you can go ahead and mosey on out.
All right.
Girls only.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. Just yell for me.
All right, Lindsay, how well do you think you're going to do on this?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I like to think I know Joe pretty well, but I'm a little nervous.
I think you are more likely to get these right than he is. So I'm rooting you on at this point, and then that way you have to get something extra nice tonight to make up for it. So I'm rooting for you and trying to help you out here, okay?
I like it. Okay.
Perfect. All right. Here is your first question. Of the two of you, who is more likely to fart and blame it on someone else?
Definitely Joe. And he's blaming it on Benny, 100%.
All right, question number 2. What would be the pickup line Joe would use on you if he just met you?
Oh, gosh. I feel like he's, awkward when it comes to that stuff. I don't know if he'd really have one. I feel like it would either just be like, how you doing? I'm Joe. Or it would be something super weird. Like if we were at a bar, he'd be like, what are you drinking? Or something. I don't know. I feel like it would be something very standard and not imaginative.
I like that you're like, he has no game. He would have nothing. All right. Of the two of you, who is likely to leave dishes on the table or on the surfaces that you're eating on?
Me, actually.
All right, fair. Who is more likely to hit snooze when they're late getting up?
100% Joe.
Okay. Yeah, after him being late the other day, I fully believe that.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. He told me later.
Oh, God. Don't even get me started on him being late the other day. And okay, our last question. Who takes longer to get dressed?
Me.
Okay, fair, perfect.
Unless I make him change, because sometimes he puts things together that definitely don't go together, but typically me.
All right, we're going to go get Joe, bring him back into the studio. We're going to see how he does. Give us a few minutes. We'll be back here on Mix 95.7.
Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Laura said, hey, I know how we can celebrate your 9th wedding anniversary. Let's bring Lindsay on the show and see how much you know or don't know about each other.
Yeah, and I kicked you out of the studio. I asked Lindsay a few questions. Now I've brought you back in, and I want to see how well you did. Lindsay, how well do you think he's going to do?
I'm hopeful that he will know the correct answers to these, but I don't know.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'm not sure how much attention he's paying.
What?
Good. So we'll see how you do on these 5 questions. I think Lindsay is probably right on all of them, so hopefully you're right also. And then no fights, no problems, right?
I don't think that'll be a problem. Let's do it.
All right. First question. Who's most likely to fart and blame it on someone else?
Oh, that's Lindsay.
Oh, you guys disagreed on that one. So
what? What are you talking about?
Big X.
Lindsay blames every freaking stinky smell on me.
She says that you blame all of them on Benny, actually.
They are Benny, usually, but I don't blame them. Lindsay does. Okay, that's...
All right, not good so far. We've already missed the first question. Not looking great for the Not So Newlywed Game. All right, here's question number 2. If you were to meet Lindsay, what's a pickup line you would use on her? Like if you met her today at the Bob and you're like, oh man, she's hot. What are you going up to her and saying?
Hey, I like those 2 scoops you got up top. Want to get some ice cream?
Oh no.
This is if you didn't already know that I eat ice cream every day, Joe.
Hey. I don't know.
That actually is the correct answer, is that you wouldn't have a good answer because she says you would have no game and wouldn't know what to say other than, hi, I'm Joe, or maybe trying to buy her a drink at best.
I mean, looking back in the day, if I was really desperate, like, hey, do you like country music? I could take us to a country concert.
All right. Question number 3. You both just finished dinner. You walk away from the table. Who's most likely to leave their plate on the table?
Lindsay, every time. She never puts a plate in the sink or the dishwasher.
Another correct answer. All right, we're 2 out of 3 so far. Looking good. Good. See if we can keep it at 3 out of 5. Who is most likely to hit the snooze until they're late? when it comes to getting up in the morning.
Wow, I feel like this is a Laura made-up question.
No, it's one of the Newlywed Game questions, but it is very well timed.
Well, seeing as how I was an hour late to work the other day, I'm going to say me.
Well, that is the correct answer. Lindsay agreed.
Oh, did she
You
also
suck
tell
at
you?
hitting snooze.
Did she also tell you about all the violence she threatens me with?
Well, after you being an hour late for work the other day, I would tend to agree with her. I think it is good to choose violence in this case.
I couldn't choose. Did I want to spend more time with my wife at home or get to work on time and see my work wife? It's a hard balance.
I know. I get it. It's very
I don't
hard.
want to spend time with you at 4 a.m. Get up and go to
She
work.
just wants you to leave and quit snoozing the alarm, which is fair. All right, last question. You guys have definitely taken a W so far, but we'll see if you get this last one right. Who takes longer to get ready?
Oh, God, Lindsay. Do you know how much we've almost missed in our life? We almost missed our flight for our honeymoon way 9 years
true.
ago.
Oh, no.
Like, they wouldn't even let us put our bag on the plane. And she's like, I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when they close the door, hon. So, yes, not to get into it too much or make it an issue, but Lindsay.
Clearly. Well, you started with a rocky start, missing the first one, but you did get the rest of them correct. So I will say you have passed the not-so-newlywed game. In the last 9 years, you've learned a lot about each other and seem to have a lot of gripes about each other as well.
Oh, yay. Well, I guess we don't have to go to therapy later.
Hey, happy anniversary.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
A year ago to the day, what are the odds of that? We welcome back to try to get redemption, Peter with Landan and Harper. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Are you guys excited to play Laura Can't Lose on your year anniversary from the last time?
Very. Yeah.
Now, you guys did beat me last time, so
Ooh, Laura.
there is a chance you can finally break this Michigan lottery ticket jackpot of $165. So good luck.
Thank you.
All right, well, go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio so we can play.
Laura, could you please exit the room?
Since you asked nicely, yes.
Thank you.
All right, Laura's out of the room, and here is question number 1. What's the name of the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Ooh. Oh, pass.
Question 2. Known for having one of the best Christmas songs of all time, this singer had the most #1 hits in the 1990s.
Oh, no. I'm blanking on it. I'll pass. I'll come back to it.
Question 3. What network did the popular cartoon Rugrats air on?
Nickelodeon.
Question 4. In the popular game Angry Birds, what animals do the birds launch themselves into?
Pigs.
Question 5. Meghan Markle was on this popular show about a New York law firm.
Suits.
Question 1 again. What's the name of the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Oh, I can picture him. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Question 2 again. Known for having one of the best Christmas songs of all time, this singer had the most #1 hits in the 1990s.
I'm going to guess Mariah Carey.
Okay, I'm going to bring Laura back in.
Laura! La, 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 Laura!
So, Peter, Landan, and Harper, it's been a year since we talked to you last. What's been going on?
Not a whole lot. Enjoying a fun summer. Back to school now, though.
Okay, well, let's see if Laura needs to do some studying or she's got what it takes to beat you. Laura, they got 4 out of 5 right.
So I got to get 5 out of 5 to win. Let's see how we do.
Question number 1. What is the name of the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Salem.
That is correct. Laura has taken a 1-0 lead.
Oh, no.
Question 2. Known for having one of the best Christmas songs of all time, this singer had the most #1 hits in the 1990s.
Mariah Carey.
That is correct.
I disagree on it being the greatest Christmas song of all time, but I did know she had a lot of hits in the 90s.
It is one of the best, though, whether you like her or not. Like,
Definitely.
everybody sings it.
Yeah, it's definitely the highest streaming song. Quality, we can debate.
Yeah, it's no Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer,
I'm
for
saying.
sure. All right, 2-1 lead going into question 3. What network did the popular cartoon Rugrats air on?
Nickelodeon.
Correct. 3-2. Here is your 4th question. In the popular game Angry Birds, what animal do the birds launch themselves into?
Pigs.
Correct. 4-3. Final question number 5. You're going to need Laura to miss this, Peter, if you want to have a tie.
Fingers crossed.
Meghan Markle was on this popular show about a New York law firm.
God, I always forget this. Because I don't care. Suits?
It is a great show. You should care. And that is correct. 5 for 5 today, Laura.
I'm so sorry, Peter, Landan, and Harper.
No, you're okay.
All right. Well, you guys probably remember what you have to do, even though it was a year ago, right?
I do. It's Peter, Landan, and Harper from Grand Rapids, and Laura can't lose.
Oh, I hate it when they're in unison because it sounds so cute.
The little kids just having their day spoiled.
I know. Listen, let me spoil your day. I've got your chance to win $170 with the Michigan Lottery tickets. I don't even know how many envelopes it will take to mail them to you, but go ahead, try and take them. 616-600-0957.
Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And I am either going to have a great weekend or a horrible one based on how a 8-hour drive goes. I'm taking my 9-month-old son to Kentucky for the first time since he's been big enough to know what's going on in the car. We've been a couple of times prior to now, but he was a little nugget. He wasn't quite ready to he was asleep most of the time. It made a very easy trip. But now we're down to 2 naps a day. He barely likes taking those, and he's a little fussy in the car when he used to be like the world's greatest car rider. And again, I think it has to do with his teething more than his general attitude. So
okay.
I'm a little nervous. I'm looking for advice from other parents. I want to know, do you have advice on how I can get this 9-month-old to Kentucky as easily and happily as possible for everyone involved? My husband will be there, obviously. We're going to have a couple toys, snacks, that kind of stuff. But I feel like there's got to be some key piece of advice that I'm meeting. I would love to hear from you. 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. Angie in Wyoming, do you have some advice for me?
I have 2 kids. One is 5 and one is 2. So I've been through the 8-month old car ride before.
Yeah.
I haven't done that long, but all I can say is plan on making plenty of stops.
Sure.
So plan on it so you're not frustrated or disappointed when it happens.
Oh, yeah. We're good about stopping every hour or 2 anyway, just because, A, my husband has the bladder of a little girl.
Oh, yeah.
And he has to stop anyway. So we are really well versed in all of the really good rest stops and gas stations between here and my hometown. Thank God. But I'm still a little nervous because he's teething extra right now. Like, we got 1 of 2 top teeth coming in this week. And I'm like, this is the worst possible time for us to be getting in the car.
Yeah.
He's just grumpy right now. And he's never been a grumpy guy up until this week.
Yeah. I would say, like, if you have teethers or get extra teethers and even put some, like, in a cooler, like in a Ziploc baggie to make them cold, because the coldness will help with the inflammation from the teething.
That is
I would
actually
just
really
get like
smart.
some whiskey shooters and just rub it on his gums.
He really wants to go like it's 1920 for some reason.
It's not gonna it's just a little bit.
I have Orajel.
Yeah.
I could just use that.
Doesn't taste as good.
Well, I know they do make kids Orajel.
I do have baby Orajel. I don't use it very often, but I might have to for the car ride. We might bust it out just to. Because he's only napping twice a day. So, like, the last time we did this trip, he, like, napped every 2 hours. So it actually wasn't bad because we get a pretty good stretch until he wake up again. Now I think we might get 1 nap if we're lucky this whole trip the way it's timed out.
Can we go back to the beginning of this conversation when we were talking to Angie? And I think the thing that just popped in my head, I can't let go. You're saying James has to go to the bathroom like every hour or so.
Like every hour or 2, yeah.
Reminds me of my brother-in-law, Chris. Like, I just refuse to go anywhere with him traveling on a trip, like in the same vehicle. Don't you have those diapers left from when you were pregnant?
No.
Can't your husband wear those diapers?
Stop. I don't want to have to sit next to him in that. Gross. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's but consult your doctor, of course, your pediatrician. But you can always use Tylenol or ibuprofen. Just combined with being in a car seat for an extended period of time, I'm not sure if they would recommend that.
Yeah, no, I'll run it by her this afternoon. That actually is a smart move because I try not to give him the ibuprofen or Tylenol unless it's like right at bedtime and he's really having a hard time. But otherwise, I'm like, I don't want to give this to you because I don't like giving him medication.
Can you do me a favor if you are going to go to this appointment?
I'm the same way.
Can you please ask your doctor, like, would a little bit of whiskey be a bad thing?
Yes, and I'm going to get CPS
No,
called on me.
say
I don't
that
have time
I
for that
asked
this
it.
weekend.
Blame it on me.
Be like, Joe asked if I could give the baby whiskey, and she's going to be like, here's the number for CPS. They'll be visiting you tomorrow. It's
Hey, thank you for the advice. I think that's a good start, Laura.
Absolutely. I would love to hear from you. What can I do to make this long car ride with my 9-month-old an easy one? 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app.
We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And calm down feels like something I'm going to be saying a lot over the weekend because I'm going to be heading down to Kentucky with my 9-month-old who is teething, and he's been having a hard time this morning even. My husband sent me a text saying that he's not even eating really well right now because his little teeth are hurting him so bad.
Man.
So he's normally great spirits, a good little guy, but he's having a hard time this week, and we're a little nervous about our road trip. So I wanted to know, what kind of tips or tricks do you have when it comes to traveling with a little guy in the car? I would love to hear from you at 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app like Jen here in Grand Rapids who says iPad. Forget what any other parent says about this. iPad with movies, games, activities. He's not big enough for games, but he does like certain things, so maybe that might be a good suggestion.
Do you have like an old phone maybe or something? I don't know if you have an iPad or not, but do you have like an old cell phone that you could just pop up on there? I'm sure you don't want to throw yours back there.
No, but I do have an Amazon Fire tablet. I think I could probably get back to life, at least to just play YouTube videos.
Please charge.
Yeah, I know. That really will be the game. Or do I have a charger for this is more likely. But I don't know. What do you think? 616-600-0957. Rachel in Greenville, you have some advice for me when it comes to taking this 9-month-old on a long car trip.
Hopefully. I have a 2-year-old, and it might be a little young to introduce him, but like one of his favorite shows is Paw Patrol. He loves Paw Patrol, Coco Melon, and all the younger kids type of age shows. It entertains him when we go places and just keeps his mind busy. And
that actually is a really good idea. He's a big fan of Twirly Woos, which is like a British...
Twirly what?
The Twirly Woos. They're it's like British... it's by the same people that make the Teletubbies. I had never heard of it, but he loves it. They don't talk. They're these little bird things. So that is absolutely a great idea.
Do you have 8 hours of the Twirly Woos?
Oh, there's like a 9-hour compilation on YouTube.
That or like music you could play that might be a song that he likes over and over again, and you'd probably be sick of hearing by the end of the trip. But if it keeps him entertained, then it helps pass the time and hopefully makes it go smooth.
Just play Chaperone over and over and over again.
He does like Chaperone a whole lot. He's also a big fan of Zach Bryan. We could listen to Zach Bryan on the trip down, and everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Rachel, thank you again for calling in. I'm definitely going to take your advice, and we're going to get the iPad loaded up and ready to go.
I was going to say definitely an iPad or a phone or something like that. It's usually what we have let my son watch.
Nancy in Coopersville, you got any advice for me taking this 9-month-old on a long trip?
I do. Leave at night, right when he's ready to go to bed.
Nancy, I love that idea, but I get up at 4 a.m, and if I try to drive overnight, no one's making it to our final destination.
Well, have your husband drive.
If he drives, we're not making it to the final destination either.
Oh, okay.
You know, honestly, that is a really good idea, and we might take it for the ride back, to be honest, because I'll have sleep by then, and maybe that'll make the ride back a lot easier, because that is the best idea, because he'll just sleep the whole way through.
If you drive overnight, when you get there, everybody's going to say, oh, well, just go take a nap. We're so happy to see him. We'll just, watch him while you go take a nap.
Oh, see, that's what I hope. Or else it's going to be, hey, sort through these things in the house that you're supposed to have already done by now.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
Thank you, Nancy. You're great. Have a great rest of your morning.
Hey, it's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. And a lot of people trying to give you some advice this morning, Laura.
Yeah, I want to know, how do I get my 9-month-old safely to Kentucky with everybody being happy, because he's a teething guy and it's hard. I always love hearing from you at 616-600-0957. Sandra in Grand Rapids, you have some advice for how I could get this 9-month-old to Kentucky without a huge battle?
Yes, and I'm maybe not the favorite for this, but I say absolutely no iPad or electronics. I teach early childhood, and it's just not necessary. And since you can't leave at night, I would say leave early in the morning. You wake up at 4 anyway, so leave early in the morning. Give him some Tylenol for his teeth, and if someone can sit back, if your husband can sit back there with him, he's 9 months old. He just needs toys
somebody to be
that
there.
pop up.
Yeah,
and toys that pop up, and books that crinkle and have texture, and those things are exciting to a 9-month-old. So
absolutely,
that's my personal but
I think
know
I might
it's
have to
not
find him something
favorable.
new with wheels. His big thing is anything with wheels right now.
Yeah, totally. And he can just sit there and roll the wheels, crash things together.
Are you taking Tulip along, the dog?
Yeah, Tulip the dog will be back there with him. Not in like the seats. Like James is probably going to sit in the back seat with them, and then Tulip will be behind them in like the big trunk space area.
I was going to say you could put like a little bit of peanut butter on him and just like let Tulip keep him entertained.
Tulip does that anyway. That's the problem why they can't just be in the back seat together. Because I'll look back there and Tulip's licking him, and I'm like, please stop.
And eating him. Oh man. I know there's nothing that's going to make it perfect, but having a bunch of little things ready to go, you guys will be fine.
Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. I'm with you on the iPad thing because like we give him very limited screen time when he's in his walker, like maybe 10 minutes a day tops. But it's more of just it's background noise and he barely cares about it. So it's like I don't want to start this precedent of we stare at a screen every time we get in a car because then it's going to drive me up the wall later.
And that's how I did. My kids are 15 and 19 now. When they were little, they absolutely never, my phone was not a toy. And I remember using it once when my son was 5 and because I was going bra shopping. And he was quiet the whole time because he never had the phone.
Yeah.
So he was like totally in it. And that's how they continued to be. And I've loved that.
God,
so,
if I was a 5-year-old boy and you went bra shopping, just put me in a different room. I'd be like, this is amazing.
So much to see.